The Silverstone circuit in the county of Northamptonshire. It's a very good day for the 1981 British Grand Prix, which is round 9 of this year's World Championship. René Arnoux, the Frenchman in the turbocharged Renault, fastest in practice and the front rank of the grid. He shares that with his teammate Alain Prost. The second row of the grid is Nelson Piquet, the Brazilian driver in a Brabham, and Didier Pironi, the Frenchman, in a Ferrari. And it's a good clean start as they go up to Copse Corner, and Didier Pironi in the Scarlet Ferrari is up amongst the two Renaults, and it's Alain Prost in the Renault leading from René Arnoux, but Pironi going through, Piquet and Villeneuve well up. Now they go from there round the rest of the circuit, from Copse into Maggots, from Maggots into Beckett's, and already there is Michele Alboreto coasting and obviously out of the race. And you can hear those engines, each of them producing well over 500 horsepower, and Villeneuve is coming up to try and take second place, and that's Siegfried Starr. Siegfried Starr, the Italian driver in the Arrows, on lap 1, already out of the race. And Prost is making maximum use of this opportunity which is being given to him, as again Villeneuve tries to take second place from his teammate Didier Pironi. Prost. And Arnoux. Arnoux is third. Arnoux is up into third place ahead of Gilles Villeneuve. Now, the young Frenchman, René Arnoux, knowing that his teammate Alain Prost is ahead and leading the race, will try and take second place from Didier Pironi as they go through the chicane at over 130 miles an hour. Prost leading, number 15. And now Pironi and Arnoux have broken away a bit, and surely here is Arnoux going through into second position. Let's see. Yes, indeed he does. As he goes into the chicane, René Arnoux is up into second position ahead of Pironi third in the Ferrari. Then, and Piquet has got ahead of Villeneuve into fourth position. Pironi comes through, and Piquet is closing on Pironi. Nelson Piquet is starting to close up on, and he's going to make a challenge for third position. Villeneuve is through, and Villeneuve's lost it. Villeneuve's lost the Ferrari. Off goes De Cesaris, off goes Jones. And that's John Watson. John Watson's car absolutely stationary, but he's kept running. And this is a replay. Let's have a look again. There's Pironi through, and Piquet. Now look. Villeneuve has completely lost the car. Jones is behind him. There's a great cloud of smoke, rubber smoke, as De Cesaris, unsighted, goes off the course. Alan Jones gets caught up with Villeneuve's car. John Watson, however, has managed to keep going. And there is a furious Andrea De Cesaris. Understandably, he's absolutely livid with rage. And look at Villeneuve's car. Front wing shattered, burst rear tyre, the rear wing deranged, and it's the end of Villeneuve's race as the race leader Alain Prost goes through the chicane. Behind him, his teammate. Let's look back down through the screen and see if we see René Arnoux. No, but there is Nelson Piquet, who is third. This is Arnoux, number 16 in the Renault. There is Nelson Piquet, number 5. But what a scrap for fourth. Look at it. The Ferrari, the evil handling Ferrari of Didier Pironi. And watch the way Carlos Reutemann closes up on him on the corners when the Ferrari starts to get all out of shape with its handling problems. And that's Nelson Piquet. Nelson Piquet, who was in third position. He's gone off at what looks like Beckett's corner. He's hurt. He must have hurt his right leg. Carlos Reutemann is third, and John Watson has gone ahead of Mario Andretti into fourth place. So, Pironi, there's Watson, and he's ahead of Mario Andretti, so John Watson is in fifth place. And he's challenging. John Watson's challenging Carlos Reutemann, and he's going through at the chicane, and I can hear the crowd roaring in the background as John Watson moves up into fourth position. Well, Reutemann couldn't get past Pironi, but it looks to me as though John Watson's in a really very, very aggressive mood now. He's going to try and take Pironi. He's right with him. And he's going through. He's through. Fantastic. John Watson is up into third position. Pironi had to give way, so now he is down to fourth position. Didier Pironi. Carlos Reutemann is if... And that's Pironi. Pironi, what a race this is turning out to be. Pironi no longer in fourth position. His engine is blown up. It looks to me as though one of the turbos is on fire. But there's a flash of flame, and Pironi has wisely cut the engine, I think, as I look at him. He's obviously coasting. And across, my goodness, that ambulance is crossing the course, obviously to pick up Piquet, and on the scene burst Alain Prost. It probably looked a lot more dangerous than it really was, as Didier Pironi's car is being pushed in. And what another sensation! Into the pits comes the race leader, Alain Prost in the Renault, and there is absolute, my goodness, confusion in the Renault pits as mechanics run in every direction. Alain Prost is in. And it is far more than tyres. They've changed the tyres, they've put on the nuts, they've tightened them up, and there's Piquet into the ambulance. Thank heavens, I was worried. It looks to me as though he's all right. He's conscious, he's talking to the ambulance people who are putting him inside the vehicle. And up into sixth position has come Elio De Angelis in the Lotus 87. And as I talk, there is De Angelis into the pits. I know he's been given a black flag, and there is Robert Langford in the blue suit. And it looks as though De Angelis is having more than a discussion with Langford. He's getting out of the car. De Angelis getting out. He's furious with Langford over something. He seemed to be saying, "I accuse you," and he stomps off out of the car. The normal procedure is, with a black flag, the driver is brought in and just admonished and allowed to continue. But De Angelis seems to have decided that he's not taking an admonishment, and he's darn well going to get out of the car and leave the race. And Hector Ribach in the Brabham has got ahead of René Arnoux, and that most certainly should not have happened, because Arnoux was ahead of Ribach. The sensational news from Silverstone is that John Watson is starting to close up on René Arnoux, because Arnoux is in trouble. The gap between Watson and Arnoux was 24 seconds. It's come down to 13 seconds. There's Andretti into the hangar straight. There is René Arnoux into the hangar straight. Keep on looking at that top corner, and there is John Watson. That's how close Watson is. He's now within sight of Arnoux, and he will know who he's chasing, because Ron Dennis is giving number 7, John Watson, the message from the pits. And I can tell you that Ron Dennis doesn't need to be working very hard, because the crowd is certainly giving John Watson the message. Through the chicane. And that's it. The time gap now is only about 2 seconds, if that. John Watson chasing René Arnoux. He knows there's not much of the race left. He knows that he could be winning his second Grand Prix in his racing career. Arnoux looks in his mirrors, and he may well do, because there's a great big red and white Marlboro in them as they close up now on Mario Andretti, and Andretti's coming into the pits. Well, sensation again. Mario Andretti into the pits, and Watson's going through, and Copse, no he's not. Arnoux blocks him off, but he's not going to keep him out much longer. John Watson from Copse round Maggots, and he's through. John Watson leads the British Grand Prix, and that's the first time that a British driver has led a Grand Prix since James Hunt retired. And now those thousands of waving, cheering, shouting enthusiasts will be praying that John Watson's car and engine holds together for just a few laps that are left, as Mario Andretti gets out of his car on the finishing straight. And that's Mark Surer coming into the pits. Very bad luck for Sura. He's not into the pits, he's on the finishing straight, parking his car behind Mario Andretti. Mario Andretti, who was fifth. Rene Arnoux, far from hanging on in second position. He's joining the dead car park on the finishing straight. The second of the two turbocharged Renaults is not finishing, and Carlos Reutemann goes up into second place. The crafty Argentinian has done it again. And there's yet another. Riccardo Patrese out of the race. That is the Arrows, the second Arrows. You remember Siegfried Stohr went out on lap 1. He was in third position. So up into third position now comes Jacques Lafitte with Eddie Cheever fourth, Hector Ribac fifth, and Slim Borgood in the ATS. The ABBA rock drummer is up into sixth position to earn himself a World Championship point if he finishes there. There go the Union Jacks, and John is almost home now. He's up into Abbey Curve. The British Grand Prix has been won by a British driver in a British car with a British engine, and it's a long, long time since that's happened. That makes a difference to the World Championship. Reutemann increases his lead over Piquet and Jones, and John Watson now goes onto the leaderboard with 19 points as a result of the 9 that he got for his World Championship win.